Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush back at it with another video. Want to talk about a couple of things in today's video, including the PlayStation 3 emulator and RPCS3 making a massive upgrade. I've been covering this emulator for quite a while now, and it's been incredible to see where it was at just a few years ago to where it is at now, where PlayStation 3 games are being playable and high quality at that. Obviously, you do need a pretty good PC to make the thing go, but given the fact I didn't think we were going to be getting a competent PS3 emulator for a long time, and look at Sony. They have a hard time emulating the PlayStation 3. It doesn't look like PS3 backwards compatibility on the PS5 is going to be a thing, so the fact that everybody's been coming together, Patreon's helping the team out as well, it's been really cool to see how far they've been able to go with this emulator. So we'll talk all about that. Also, there's been a lot of talk about Gears Tactics. This is coming out next month, and now all of the previews are coming out. Want to talk a little bit about that and why you should have your eyes on the game. And Last Oasis just dropped on Steam Early Access. A lot of buzz surrounding this game. Obviously, it has some issues, but we'll talk that at the end of this video. Definitely the kind of game the wish list is going to come in handy for. I don't think it's a game you should jump into right now, but down the line, it could develop into something of quality from Donkey Crew. Yes, the studio is called Donkey Crew. That is pretty incredible. But again, more on that at the end of this video. So as noted by Overclock3D.net, PlayStation 3's RPCS3 emulator now supports unlocked frame rates. Have you ever wanted to play PlayStation 3 games with unlocked frame rate, move from frame rate caps of 30 FPS and 60 FPS and beyond? That's now possible on the latest version of the PlayStation 3's RPCS3 emulator, thanks to tweaks to a new variable called a V-blank. While not every game supports V-blank adjustments, the variable can be used to get games like Skate 3. Yes, everybody wants to play Skate 3 on PC, Skate in general, and let's be real, I don't think EA is ever going to bring it to PC, but games like Skate 3 can be running at 120 FPS and higher frame rates, assuming your PC is capable of such insane performance levels, and you do need a very good PC to actually push it at that level. Using high V-blank values also delivers unlocked frame rates on the emulator, which is excellent news for anyone with variable refresh rate monitors. Currently, the setting can be adjusted on the fly, allowing gamers to adjust their game's V-blank value however they like. However, you do have to be mindful that this just got introduced. The PlayStation 3 emulator is still not perfect, and messing around with the frame rate really hard like this and running Skate 3 at north of 120 FPS, obviously that's going to have some inherent problems, but the fact that they were able to get this in this emulator already, I just think that says a lot. Again, comparatively speaking, this is a small team working on this emulator. Yes, they have the benefits of having a powerful PC or whatever the case may be, but Sony, people have been killing for Sony to include PlayStation 3 emulator, and everybody thought it was going to be a foregone conclusion to be in the PS5, and they can't even get that damn thing right. And the fact that a small team is able to get this far along on a PC emulator and RPCS3, I feel like that is pretty incredible. Some games will suffer from faster animations or other issues thanks to this change, but many others will simply enable higher and unlocked frame rates. These games include Skate 3, Wipeout, Ni no Kuni, Heavenly Sword, and most of Naughty Dog's games as well, like Uncharted. In the future, games that don't support V-blank adjustments may be patched to enable unlocked frame rates. This will help deliver higher frame rates to Sony's PS3 library, at least on powerful enough PCs. And again, it should be reiterated over and over again. If you're on a potato, if you're on your, Dell laptop from 2002, it's going to be hard to get RPCS3 going. You do need a very good PC, especially depending on the games that you play. Some of the higher end games are going to be a little bit more difficult, and it's still a little rough around the edges, but the amount of progress that they've made, I did not think we were going to get anywhere close to this level by 2020, just because of the PlayStation 3's architecture and how we've been told over and over again the cell architecture is just going to be really hard to emulate and whatever the case may be, but the RPCS3 team is doing a great job. Right now, the RPCS3 emulator already offers PC gamers the ability to play their favorite PS3 titles at higher resolutions, and yes, some very notable games are on there. There was even a huge dispute between Sega and Persona 5 being playable on the emulator. That was just a whole S show. Add in higher frame rates, and PS3 emulators can now achieve higher frame rates and sharper graphics than were ever intended on Sony's consoles, which is great news. As soon as this progresses far along, PC hardware develops a little bit more. In a few years, something like RPCS3, while I'm using the notion of you do need a high-end PC, you need a high-end PC now in 2020 if you want to do RPCS3 at its best form, you need a higher-end PC. However, 3 years down the line, 5 years down the line, 7 years down the line, which in the grand scheme of things is not a lot of time, RPCS3 being accessible to a lot more people is just going to be a great thing, because the PlayStation 3, in my opinion, one of the most underrated game libraries that a console has ever had. From Uncharted, Skate, Ratchet & Clank, there are so many high-quality titles on PS3 that, for whatever reason, never came to PC. Even outside of the first-party Sony games, there are just a lot of tremendous games, so the fact this emulator is making the progress that it is just great to see. Alright, moving on from that, I do want to talk a little bit about Gears Tactics, as a lot of the previews for the game are coming out. I mean, PC Gamer's preview, the title of the preview article, which I find hilarious, Gears Tactics is a shockingly good strategy game. So, yeah, a lot of people didn't even know about this game. A lot of people thought it was a little bit of a meme when it got announced, and I don't think a lot of people were that excited for it. However, Splash Damage and the Coalition are coming together, and they're making a Gears title. Yes, they're relying on the Gears IP. However, this is very much a strategy game, turn-based tactics title that is probably going to be more reminiscent of a game like XCOM rather than Gears. It just has the Gears, you know, stylization and visual style, but if you actually talk about gameplay, completely different, and it's completely different than a game like Halo Wars as well. I feel like there's going to be that natural comparison made between Gears Tactics and Halo Wars, because Halo took a popular franchise that Microsoft had, moved it to a strategy setting. That's kind of what you can say for Gears. However, Gears Tactics is much more than Halo Wars. The game is noted to be a fast-paced turn-based strategy game from one of the most acclaimed video game franchises, Gears of War. Outnumbered and fighting for survival, recruit and command your squad to hunt down an evil mastermind who makes the monsters. The game notes immersive and character-driven story. Play as the defiant soldier Gabe Diaz, recruiting and building your troops in a journey of leadership, survival, and sacrifice. Customizable squad and equipment. Prepare your troops to face tough enemies, upgrading their skills and outfitting them with loot collected in challenging missions. Aggressive gameplay. Command your squad in fast-paced, turn-based battles, advancing and surviving intense and visceral encounters with the unstoppable swarming enemy. Massive boss battles. Defeat towering, deadly bosses that defy your strategies and completely change the scale of the battle. Xbox profile is noted to be required, and the game is available to pre-order right now on Steam. It will be $59.99. However, Xbox Game Pass, that's still a thing, and you're going to be able to play it that way, which is kind of incredible, that given the last few months of really good additions with games like Halo and all of the other games that have been added. Gears 5, the addition of Gears 5 wasn't that long ago, Outer Worlds wasn't that long ago, and now we have Gears Tactics as well. And if you're a fan of games like XCOM, this is probably going to be one that you're going to be really into. There's no base building like XCOM, and instead the focus is on upgrading your soldiers' weapons, so there are some differences. However, if you like that tactics style of gameplay, this is going to be one right up your alley at the very least. Add it to your wish list. Most of you guys have Xbox Game Pass, so you're going to be able to check it out that way, but pretty excited for this one. I'm not a big Gears fan anymore. I think Gears has kind of missed its peak. I did like Gears 5. I thought Gears 5 had a really good campaign, but overall, I wasn't that enamored by the game. Gears Tactics, because it's so different, it is a game I'm going to have some excitement for. And lastly, I do want to note that this is making the rounds all over the PC gaming community. Last Oasis just dropped on Steam Early Access. Now, it's a massively multiplayer survival title, and right now, I don't think you're really going to want to pick it up just because it's very, very rough around the edges, and it actually has some fundamental design flaws, so I haven't checked the game out myself, but from what I'm noting, from what some of my boys told me, you get on this game, and if you're trying to play this solo, you're going to get jumped, you're going to get mugged, and you're going to get destroyed. So right away, you could be of the mindset, hey, that's how this game was designed. You can, you know, not be like the fundamental game design is bad, but it is what it is. The fact of the matter is, I believe the game description itself does note that you can play the game solo if you want. However, now you're mitigating what Last Oasis is supposed to be, and if you do go in solo and you just start getting mugged, I mean, that's a little bit unfortunate. I know that's kind of a reality in survival games, but that is one of the glaring issues that I've noticed on the Steam review section. The reviews are really all over the place. Some people are super into it, some people not so much. However, there are some flaws in terms of connecting to the game itself, so I don't think it's a game you want to pick up right away. I would say wait on it, add it to your wish list. Definitely, this is exactly the kind of game a wish list was made for. See how it progresses over the course of the next 12 to 24 months, because yes, that's approximately how long the game is going to be in early access. They even note that themselves. The current estimate is 12 to 24 months, depending on the wishes and feedback of the community, and hopefully they'll stay committed in developing the game and improving it. It's selling relatively well. I believe it's one of the Steam top sellers right now. I'm sure the studio in Donkey Crew is pretty happy about the success the game is having, but for now, I would say hold off on it a little bit, and yeah, the game is 4th from the top in terms of the top sellers on Steam, so it is doing pretty well. But a game to add to your wish list for now and see how it develops over the course of the next year or two. And that's going to conclude this video, guys. Again, the PlayStation 3 emulator is making some major progress. Now it supports unlocked frame rates. Also, Gears Tactics, a game you should definitely have on your radar. That's out April 28th. Some excitement there. And then Last Oasis, out right now. Game to add to your wish list. See how it develops over the course of the next year and then make a decision from there. That's going to wrap up this video. If you guys have a request for a future video, you can leave that in the comments section down below, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out. Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush here again. Hope you enjoyed the video. As you guys might know, YouTube's notification system is sometimes a little bit wonky, even if you're subscribed to the channel. Maybe you're not abundantly aware that I uploaded a video. To remedy that situation, make sure you hit the bell notification button. This way, whenever I upload a new video, and I try to upload as consistently as possible, you will be notified directly of the upload, and you can watch it as soon as it goes live. I would really appreciate if you guys hit that button so you can stay up to date with all of the content I'm posting. But as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.